Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that's really close to my heart, which is art journaling, and why I actually think it's good for you, not just creatively but emotionally, mentally and spiritually. And the reason I've got this one on here is because this is what I was working on this morning, getting paint all over my hands. And basically, this one started off the same. I just move that over there so you can see it a bit better. Just move up. There we go. This one started off the same, but when I got to a certain point, I actually really liked it and decided I wasn't going to do anything more to it. This is my art journal of random stuff, and it started in January. And basically, this one is I just put random things in and scribbles and colouring in and bits of collage, practicing drawing things, because I like to then cut them out of master boards, if I make some master boards, and practicing doing my flowers, and just, random things. I was experimenting to see what it would look like, and then kind of liked it. And so this is the one I'm working on at the moment. But I also have just another one which I use as like a study journal. So basically I pick out a tarot card or an oracle card or a quote from a book or something I've seen on YouTube that interests me. Can't really see that, can you? Or just put something on the page, and we'll go through this while I just have a little chat. So with art journaling, it's deeper than just therapy. But most of us go through the world holding on to so much. We have a lot of thoughts, we have a lot of expectations placed on us, there's a lot of noise, other people's energies. And an art journal becomes your private little ecosystem where you can finally just exhale and relax. There's no audience, no pressure, no rules. It's just you and the page and whatever comes to you. And that can be healing in itself. You're just sitting there with your own thoughts and doing stuff. So I do use some of my art journals, which is why there's blank pages, to write in. And I just do, pages. And I just buy, these are just Kmart books, and I do have one that's just pages that I've just cut out and got a ring thing and just ring them together. And I've got another little one which is just a little notebook that I've got, and I just do, random things in as I feel like led to do things, or I want to do things. And I do make ephemera and things ready, so I have a container like this where I make things and put them in ready to be used. Like these are little spaces you can write notes on and things like that. So I just do things like this, or I can set up pages where this is ready to do whatever, and I put it on the back of this one because when I did this it went through to the other page. So because when you're drawing, painting, collaging, or even scribbling, like I showed you in that other book, then your brain shifts into gears and you drop out of your busy analytical mode and into something slower and more intuitive. So these were oracle cards that I did. And it's sort of giving your brain or your mind a soft place to land. It's a moment where you're not problem solving, you're not there for anybody else, you're not racing around after kids or whatever. Just like this, my doodling things. I don't know if you can see these. Might have to. Oh, no, that's not great either, is it? Let's move this over here so you can see a bit better. You just do. So like this was just a doodling one with paints. I just put random marks all over the page because I thought that was a good thing to do at the time. And just go with the flow. So you can have things that you can do. I was practicing Tree of Life with paints. I'm not great at painting, but, whatever. So for art journaling, I put that on there because that went through to this side, and I thought that I dyed this with food colouring, and so I thought that's a good place to write stuff because like I said, I do use these as study and also journaling. But one of the most underrated benefits of art journaling that I found is that it strengthens your relationship with you, because every time you put a mark on a page without overthinking it, you're practicing trust. Every time you let the page be imperfect, you're practicing acceptance. Like some of I just scribbled on this and then stuck stickers on it. And over time, the hope is that will go into your real life. Sometimes I plan things, a lot of times I don't. I put this on here because this is, I used, what is it? Crayons, not crayons. The chalky ones that come off on your fingers. So I put that on there to stop it marking the page. And also the fact is that sometimes you can't express how you feel in words. So they show up in colours and textures, shapes, symbols. And, if you're into sigils and things, that also you can put those in your book. These are just all blank pages that I'm this was just another random sort of thing. This is one I've started. That comes out like this. Just all the signs that I'm just doing. So art journaling, gives some of your feelings a place to go. And like this one here, I did this and then I went back and added things to it. I always add. I'm terrible at things like that. I go back and add things, but it's because it's never really done. These are just all blank pages. Some of these pages have gesso on them because that stops. These are only really thin pages from Kmart books because these are cheapies. And, and sometimes I do things like this with it. And sort of when you're doing art, you don't have to explain it, and it's safe, because if someone finds this, they're not going to know what you're thinking. Sometimes two people write. I don't, and probably it would be a good thing to try, but they write down everything they're feeling and then they collage over it or paint over it. A lot of mine in stages, like for instance, this one here, I've just started. This is my self-care journal that I've just started. So this was like my title page, and then this is the first page that I did. And so these things like take a while to make. So this is, for journaling. My first page was on gratitude. And some of these things I already had made in my stash. And these little hearts, they come forward like this, so you can write, what you're grateful for. Oh, sorry, you can't see. So I've got little hearts at the bottom, and they bend so that you can write under what you're grateful for. And I'm grateful for, you know, my pets, the sun rising every morning. This is just something I find out of a magazine. This is just something I made with scraps. I've always got, like you can see over here, scraps of paper that I make things out of. And then this page here is going to be a page on, like a little thing here on what I've achieved in life, because sometimes we forget what we achieve. So sometimes things are planned, not so much what the page is going to look like, but what it's going to be about. And it's a simple way of just saying, I'm here, I'm present, I'm listening to myself, or I'm listening to spirit. And you might be surprised what messages you get. And you might get a different message every time you look at it. And there are ways you can do it. Like this, it's got texture, and different things on it, bits to write stuff on. This is just blank in between. And it's been gessoed, ready to do stuff on there. Sometimes this was just like a random, I'm just going to do something to experiment with and see how it turns out. And your art doesn't always have to look good. You know, like sometimes you watch art videos and things, art journaling videos on YouTube, and their videos and their art looks absolutely wonderful, and you think, I could never do anything like that. No one's going to see it unless you choose to share it. So it doesn't matter if it's messy and not great like this. I mean, I could leave that like that. Sometimes they turn out good when you're trying to be messy, you know. Sometimes they just are like this. You're just playing. It doesn't really matter. It's your journal. You can do what you like with it. And it's a way to get in touch with yourself, with your soul, with your deeper person, without letting your analytical brain get in the way. So if you're wanting to start an art journal or return to one, take this as a sign that maybe you should do that. And you do get messy. I actually washed my hands before I made this video, but it was covered in gesso and paint because I was practicing. I have lots of these different paints because I used to do a lot of flow art, not so much anymore because I have to stand up for a long time. And this is another good thing about art journaling is you can spend 10 minutes and then you can come back and do more, and then spend another, you know, however long you want, and just keep coming back. I do. I will go back to things over and over again and add things, you know. Like I added this last night when I was going through. I often just go through my journals and change things. Like this little one I have, you know, I do write in this one. But, and they just sort of come together, really. Oh, I showed you that one. This has just got just a piece of paper. This was out of a package that I got. It was the wrapping paper. It's great, isn't it? I really like it. And I do use a lot of wrapping paper and things like that. But I like to buy stickers as well. So just remember, your art journal doesn't judge you. You can be playful, honest, reflective, whatever you need on the particular day that you're doing it. This is just some other sort of ones that I've done. On little, I prefer smaller books than the bigger one, but I got that big one and so I'm going to use it. Oh, I got Labubu's. Yeah, just different things that that's an Alice in Wonderland sort of thing. It has open doors. Oops. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this and more things on ways to do art journaling and how to make ephemera and things like that, please let me know in the comments below. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel or share it with someone else who might need a little creative nudge. And as always, thank you so much, guys, for sharing this time with me in my little corner of the world. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next time, bye for now.